Here's the shoes you gotta have for this fall. Gang, let's go with y'all, man. Today I got some new shoes, I got some old shoes, I got some fall shoes. So we're gonna hop straight into it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna crack it right off with what has to be my favorite pair of recent shoe pickups, and it is by FV11 Cartel. Very low-key brand, found them on Instagram a while ago, and I was finally able to get my hands on these joints. They are called the Vision 01A Derbies, and these joints hit. Let me show y'all. So without even getting into the construction and the build of the shoe, right off the bat, what grabbed my attention was the shape. The shape is so crazy. If you are a baggy pants person, these joints fit so perfectly under your pants. They have like this super exaggerated toe cap that almost balances out the negative space when your pants drop right over the lace system. Like, it's crazy. I have to show y'all on B-roll, but that's probably like the geekiest part when it comes to me just being a proportions person. But outside of that, you can never go wrong with this super chunky sole. So you have like this very exaggerated derby sole. They are a low cut shoe, and the full upper is made out of calf skin, I believe. So for most of the construction, and then you have a couple of like mesh detailings. You have this rubber like logo system on the side of it, and then on the back you just have some reflective bits. But overall, the shape, and I think that the price point that they were able to get these to is crazy. Like, y'all better grab them while they're still low key, because I swear if they blow up, don't be mad at me. Now moving on, if you know me and you watch the channel, you know I've been a huge Croc person ever since I got those Crush clogs, and I was able to try a couple of different pairs. I have the sandal version of these, but these are called the Echo clogs. But when I got the sandal ones, they had to be by far the most comfortable Croc I've ever put on my feet. Like, they're way more comfortable than the Crush clogs and the Crush boots, than all the other ones that I've had so far. Those are the most comfortable, and I was like, if I could just get them as a closed toe version, it'd be perfect. And then boom, picked up these. So basically it has the exact same construction as far as outsole goes, but it just has the closed toe cap instead of the open joints. And of course you got your sport mode ability to be able to close your heel off for a tighter fit. So overall, these are crazy. They're fall colors. I believe this is the sand colorway, and they just complement any type of like brown or green or orange outfit you are trying to pair with them. So easily gonna be a favorite throw on, especially living in LA. And I know some of y'all are gonna be like, well, we don't live in LA, we can't just wear open toe or open heeled shoes. So I have an alternative for that, which actually is kind of what inspired that pickup. Somebody had sent me these after me talking about the sandals, and they were like, yo, you know they got a boot version of those. And I was like, I didn't even know that, bro. So shout out to you for putting me on. But these right here are called the Echo boots. So pretty much you can see very similar outsole. Of course, the toe cap is closed off and it doesn't have any holes in it. So these are really like built for that colder winter season or fall when it starts to like rain or snow or anything like that. These is gonna be the ones for you. The comfort is also crazy. They do have a little bit more padding than the other ones, so it isn't quite the same and it isn't quite as squishy, but in order to keep the construction and build waterproof is why it is built that way, I would assume. So you have that, then you have like this insulated upper, which is definitely gonna keep your feet warm. They have like that fleece lining in the inside, so these is gonna be these the winter joints. I ain't gonna lie. I like the lacing system, I like the build, everything about it is fire. The last Croc pickup was just a personal one, just because I already have like 2 other boot colorways, and they recently came out with this olive colorway. And come on, bro, like, isn't this just so perfect for the fall? Like, you know how my black outfits is gonna hit with these, or like my darker color outfits. These gonna be, whew, these finna hit. So I ain't gonna talk your head off about them, but I did get those. Moving on in new pickups, I did get these shoes right here from Puma. It is a Puma and Pleasures collaboration, and I believe that they had this model out before in a different colorway, but I didn't have a pair, so I really wasn't hit to it. But these are called the Velo Faces Overdye joints. So basically they are in this colorway that pretty much looks like their version of a runner. So if you guys have seen like Asics, or even like maybe like a Solomon-esque type build, this is gonna be Puma's version of that. And honestly, these joints hard. Like whenever I am going for a fit like that, these probably gonna be my go-tos. Now I did get 2 colorways. This colorway is probably gonna be my most worn out of everything else, but I will show y'all the other colorway while I'm at it. So this colorway is actually called the Cayenne Pepper. So obviously you can tell it's like red, orange, and black. And I just think that these have to have a specific outfit for me to wear with them. Other than that, yeah, I'm gonna probably throw the other colorway on a lot more. As y'all do know, Puma is the family, so I'm able to get things very, very early. So I think that these are not out yet. Well, they might be out by the time this video comes out, but I was able to get them early. But Rihanna is back with Puma and is back dropping Fenty items through Puma. So she started off with these sneakers right here. This is the colorway that I believe isn't out yet, and it drops like November 2nd or something like that, and it's in like this dark green colorway. I don't really see myself wearing this colorway, but these right here, this like metallic black and brown joints, I do want to pair an outfit with them at some point. I know I got a couple of pair of pants that will complement this and kind of like bounce that shininess in a cool way, so might throw these on, but I'm not quite sure about these yet. Now we're gonna move into some shoes that I've had that I honestly just think are perfect for the fall season. Y'all see me kind of talk about these, but these are the Rick Owens Geo baskets. Now, just like everybody else, basically, my first pair of Rick Owens shoes was the Ramones, and at the time, everybody who was like in their Rick phase was like, oh, you made the amateur move of getting the Ramones instead of the Geo baskets first, and I quite honestly did not understand that until now. I think it's something about growth when it comes to your Rick Owens journey. I think we're all introduced to maybe some of the Ramone pairs or some of the dark shadow clothing, and then when you actually get into and understand what Rick Owens is trying to do and how different pieces complements the wardrobe, I think that the Geo baskets start to make a little bit more sense. But that's just me personally. I think that this is just a great fall sneaker. I really haven't shown any like boot type of shoes, so this is gonna be the go-to fall sneaker. I have been wearing it more often than the Ramones. I don't think it's because everybody is like playing out the Ramones, but I do personally just think that the way that this shoe is shaped and the way that it can also be toned down is a lot more complimentary to a lot of the other items that I've been wearing recently. Now, the next sneaker on my fall go-tos has probably got to be these Balenciaga Defenders. I still find myself going to them every now and then. I know everybody kind of like doesn't wear them much anymore, but they have always been like one of the coolest design shoes to me. They're very loud, but at the same time, because they're in the all black colorway, I think that they just fit with a lot of outfits. So whenever I need something chunky or just this shape in particular, this is usually the shoe I end up going with, to be honest. So yeah, man, not too much to say. I really like wearing these still. And last but definitely not least, I don't really wear too many white pair of shoes, but when I do and they need to be chunky, this is usually my instant go-to. Or if I'm just trying to dress up a little bit more casual and a little less all black, which I kind of just explained, I'll run to these Jill Sander joints right here. So I believe the specific model is called the Napa Nature. I've shown you guys these pair of shoes maybe like a season or two ago, or I usually show them maybe in like editorial looks. I really like to run to these joints when I'm doing a photo shoot or styling somebody for a shoot, but these just complement a lot of different pants really well. They aren't really a pair of shoes that can be worn with shorts or skinnier type things, so I always end up bringing them out in the fall when I'm wearing more baggy things or just need like a complimentary chunky white shoe. I don't think a lot of white shoes are made chunky enough, because when we think of white shoes, we think of like Forces, and white boots are pretty rare. So this is easily like my go-to white shoe. Now I know they're kind of creamish, but y'all get what I'm trying to say. That's pretty much it for these sneakers. I know that y'all are looking forward to the boot collection video, so if you are, make sure you smash the like button and comment down below. We want to see the boots, because I really want to go crazy with this one. I got a couple of new boot pickup ideas that I want to throw into the update, so make sure y'all run this up. Subscribe if you are new, follow me on Instagram, and I'll be back to you guys with more, man. Peace.